Hi everyone, how's it going? Now today we're going to be doing another at-home latte tutorial that you can make with ingredients you probably have lying around your house. As you might have guessed from the title, it's going to be a cinnamon roll inspired latte. I've seen a couple different takes on this online, but I wanted to show you my take on it, and it's what I've been making for the past couple days, and it's really delicious, so I thought I'd show you. Also, I'm going to be showing you a way to make it with an espresso machine and a way to make it without an espresso machine. And I know it's not really a latte, it's a cafe au lait, but it's really close. And if you don't have an espresso machine, this is probably as good as it's going to get. So we're going to be doing a recipe without an espresso machine. Okay, so the first things you're going to need is some brown sugar. Got my just regular light brown sugar right here. I have a little jar of vanilla extract that we'll be using. I have a little thing of cinnamon, and then I've got some whole milk. You can use whatever milk you want to use. As I've said before, it'll be especially delicious with oat milk, but whole milk is great. All right, we've got our espresso machine, and we also have a French press, which we'll be using later. And if you watched my video from last week, you know what I'm about to do this week. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is put a little bit of brown sugar in the base of our cup. Now, honestly, I just did what I thought would be yummy. I think I ultimately did about 2.5 teaspoons. Do whatever you're comfortable with. As I'm saying with all of these drinks, they're not meant to be healthy. They're just meant to be delicious. So I put about that much brown sugar in the bottom of my cup. After that, I put about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This stuff can be kind of strong, but with how much brown sugar we're adding, it gets diluted very, very nicely and makes kind of this vanilla brown sugar syrup sort of situation. Super yummy. So I put that in, mixed it up, and then decided to add a little bit more and spilled. And that's the story of this channel. We make messes sometimes, but we clean them up and no one knows, and it's totally fine. So just wipe up whatever mess you've made so far and let's continue. All right, now that you've got everything cleaned up, you've got all your brown sugar and your vanilla extract in the bottom, get your espresso shot going. I'm just gonna pull a nice single shot of espresso right here with this little Breville Barista Express. Super handy. If you saw any of my past videos, you'll notice that I got some new parts in. So the Breville is looking pretty put together this time. I also got this really, really nice mat, as well as this distributor / tamp tool, which is pretty nifty. So as you can see here, there's a distributor on one side, and then on the other side is the tamp. So you just press down and there you go. Really nice compacted shot of espresso. Put that in, get that going, and we're just gonna chill because there's not too much to do while that starts. You will want to get your cinnamon out during this time because cinnamon is the next step. So just chilling here, waiting for the espresso to go. Stopping the espresso. Okay. So now it's cinnamon time. Dump your espresso in, make sure you get that all mixed in together. Should be super easy to dissolve all the sugar really quickly due to the heat of the espresso. Keep stirring, good stuff. All right, cinnamon time. Don't add a crazy amount, but also this is a cinnamon roll inspired latte, so just do what you think is best. I'm gonna put it in really quickly and then just whisk it up instantly to make sure that cinnamon doesn't all clump together. I prefer to mix in my cinnamon with my espresso, but if you're comfortable steaming your cinnamon into your milk, that's totally another way you can do this. I've just always done it this way, and as a creature of habit, I will be continuing to do it this way. Okay, so it's time to steam our milk. So I put about 8 ounces or so of whole milk in my little pitcher. I get my steam wand going. This machine steams milk pretty slowly, but it does steam it, which is pretty cool. So getting that going, just waiting for it chilling, making sure I get all my foam incorporated throughout the entirety of my milk, and then I'm going to transfer it into another pitcher that I prefer pouring with, just to make sure I'm getting a really nice even milk texture. I've talked about this in a couple videos. You don't have to transfer pitchers if you don't want to. You don't have to do any of this. It's just how I like to do it, and it's a little tip that I think is really helpful, but totally up to you. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can get some latte art on top of this. I think we can. This machine is pretty handy in that way. All right, so I think I'm gonna go for just a cute little tulip to top off our cinnamon roll latte. So far, so good. Put a little top heart on that. Try not to overflow it, and there we go. Cool. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more brown sugar and a little bit more cinnamon on the top just for aesthetic and flavor and, whatever you wanna call it. Now take your first sip and you will be pleasantly surprised by how absolutely delicious and decadent this latte is. Okay, moving on to the way without a machine. So we're just gonna push this super heavy Breville out of the way because we're not gonna be needing it anymore. So you will need to have some hot coffee. I brewed a little bit of coffee and I put a couple ounces in the bottom of my cup as my coffee base. Now we're gonna be doing those same steps over that we did with the last one. We're gonna be adding about 2.5 teaspoons, maybe 3, however many teaspoons of brown sugar you want. Totally up to you. Again, we're going for taste, not health. It's okay. Add your vanilla extract, get it all stirred up, which again should be super easy. The sugar should dissolve super nicely. If it doesn't, no worries, just a little extra whisking. Sprinkle in your cinnamon and again stir it pretty quickly just so it doesn't get all clumped up in your coffee mixture. Essentially what you're going for here is just one cohesive mix of vanilla, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Okay, so we're gonna heat up our milk next. I prefer to put it in the microwave just because we're doing such a small amount of milk and it's really convenient. So we're gonna put it in for about a minute and a half. You can do more or less depending on what wattage your microwave's at or what temperature you like, but a minute and a half seems to work for me. Alright, so you're gonna take it out and then let's scoot back to our workplace and have our French press all out. So we're gonna transfer the milk from our mug into our French press very carefully. We're going for no spilled milk this week, so let's see how it goes. Take it out and yes, very cool. All right, so then we're gonna just plunge and froth our milk for about 20 seconds. Essentially all we're doing here is pulling air into the milk and aerating it. So very similar to a steam wand, and it works great if you don't have a steam wand at home. Cool, so you don't have to do this. I'm gonna pour it into my pitcher though, just to see if I can get some latte art. And there's our spilled milk. All right, we haven't gone a video yet without spilled milk. We'll try again next week. Stay tuned. We're just one day it will be completely clean, the entire video. Either way, I still managed to get a little heart on top of this makeshift at-home latte without an espresso machine. So that was pretty cool. Maybe you can do that too. After that, I sprinkled on a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon like I did before, just as the finishing touches. You know how it be. And there we go. That's your at-home version. Again, this was also super delicious, and I'd make this again in a heartbeat. So if you want to try this, please tag me. I'd love to see your versions, or I'd love to see how you switch it up or change the recipe. But other than that, I'll see you next week. Again, follow my socials, like and comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, have a great day. See you later. Goodbye.